2, 1. Hello, every pony. I am Venomous Pie. You guys know me full well as the Pinkie Pie of the group. Welcome to a special episode of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me here today our Coco Pabel, Mr. Scapegoat.
Hello, people.
We have our Rainbow Dash, which is Kanata.
Greetings, everybody.
We have our Trixie, Mr. David.
Hello, every pony. Can I stand or sit?
So I'm not the only one that can roll the R.
I'm about curious what's in this saddlebag. Which probably looks freaking adorable.
They do look adorable.
Aww, little bag.
They do.
We also have our cheese sandwich, which is Drizzle.
Hi, everyone.
And we have our feather bangs, which is Ball Twist.
This is Bat Pony's Nest. There are many like it, but this one is Bat Pony's. Go find your own.
Okay.
And,
well.
and we also have someone who hasn't appeared in our podcast for a while. Welcome back to our Scootaloo Wishkit.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
I didn't know Scootaloo could do that.
That
And,
was the best laugh I've ever heard Wish
That
Kids
was
do.
good. I love that laugh. That was awesome.
and just like that, we have a new arrival. Please say hello to our Spike of the group, which is Elite Yoshi.
Hello, everyone. I've just only got one thing to say. 1, 2, 3, go Patriots.
F you.
Oh,
did it.
Hey, I'm from New
Shots
England. What do you
fired.
expect?
That made
What's
it
the
into the
Super Bowl?
podcast.
I'm from New England. What do you expect?
Well, that's true.
Anyways, yeah, this special podcast, and the reason why I say special is because this particular episode marks our 1-year anniversary of the very first podcast we have ever did.
We're a year old, guys.
Yay! Woohoo!
So I'm
I'm so fast.
So I'm gonna do something a bit special. Make it something very personal. Each of us here are gonna tell our own stories on how we came across the show, the fandom, and how we became bronies ourselves.
You're welcome for the idea, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. You can thank Ball Twist for the idea.
Ball Toys, he's the best.
Yeah, let's
How much do I get paid?
And, okay. We go in a random order here, but I honestly want to go last on this.
Wait,
So-
you want to go last?
Yeah, I want to go last with my own story. So, who here wants to go first? If no one's gonna call, then I'm gonna pick.
Come on,
I
guys.
figured it
I'll
would happen.
go.
Alright, go ahead, Yoshi.
Oh, well, I just want to say, happy anniversary to the Bromaniacs for one. I figure that's a proper way to start. But, yeah. I suppose this one's going to be an obvious choice for a lot of people, but how many people actually got introduced to MLP for Josh Scorcher?
Somewhat.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Okay, then maybe not as
He is really
obvious.
popular.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
Okay, so the thing is that when I first came on YouTube, Josh Scorcher was probably one of the first people that got me into MLP before I even knew about the whole, Bronalysis community and everything. I pretty much joined the fandom in the season around season 2. Right around when the season 2 finale, the Canterlot wedding happened. I don't know why. I mean, I thought I thought it was just going to be, I guess it's just another show that's advertised. Like everyone else's perception of it. Oh, I guess it's just another show just trying to promote toy sales and whatnot. But when I actually gave the show a chance and I rewatched A Canterlot Wedding for myself, I was actually amazed. It was actually a really good show. But yeah, as for Josh himself, see, I guess like a lot of people, I was already a fan of Josh Scorcher even before he started doing MLP reviews. Remember he was remember once I think he still is a part of the the Chaos Theater. That site that had.
I don't know if he's still a part of that. I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore.
Well, I know that some of the videos on his channel still have a Chaos Theater production behind it, or used to.
Yeah. But go on.
But yeah, I was like fans of like him, Alex Roche, back when he was known as the Artark of Flame. Fawful's Minion, Quarter Guy, the One-Winged Angel, and a bunch of other artists, countdown artists. Yeah. So, I mean, I have to. Plus, Josh's reviews on MLP were actually very entertaining. I mean, they were so good that that's basically why I got into the show to begin with, was his reviews. I mean, I'll admit, when I first saw them, it's like, well, I guess, okay, I guess MLP is an alright show, but, I mean, it was basically when I saw his review of, A Canterlot Wedding, when that actually that piqued my interest into seeing the show. And, yeah, basically since then, I guess I've been a fan. I don't know if I'd describe myself as a hardcore MLP fan, because I've never really gone to any of the cons, because of financial reasons. Hey, Feather Banks, you might want to mute your mic, just as a word of advice. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the fandom as a whole. It's very short and sweet, but yeah, a lot of people. I'm not the only one who's gotten introduced to it through Josh, so I guess that's a good way to start off, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Short.
So do I choose who goes next, or?
Yeah, you pick who goes next.
All right. You know what? I think it's been a while since we heard this voice, so I'm gonna pick Wishkit.
Okay. Well, I came across the show, I'm going to say, about a week or two before Magical Mystery Cure came out. I think my first episode was The Return of Harmony Part 2, and one thing led to another, and I found the reviews of Silverquill. That was actually my main inspiration for, becoming a brony. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Really simple, but really sweet.
And I think all of us here really like Silverquill and his work.
I think his work is still really good to this day.
So who do you pass it off to, Wishkit?
Is Drizzle here, or is he disappeared?
I think he's here. It's just that there's some background noise.
Well,
I'm still here.
I'll pass it on to Drizzle.
Oh, okay. Oh, where do I start with this? I guess it started last February, actually, like an entire year ago. I had just gotten a job at a local McDonald's, and I went to the beach with my friends and I. It was then that I was on my phone. It was a little slow. We were at a restaurant, and I went on my phone. I don't want to list his name because he's not. Don't like him, but we're gonna call him Roach. I met said Roach at a beach, and we started talking. Now I continued to talk to him for a while, and we started finding out we had some stuff in common. A few months passed. I met our Pinkie Pie here, and it came around near August time. It was last August. It was in August, and I met Roach and my friend Wolfie got into a falling out with each other, and I decided to ask the other one what was up. I went to Wolfie, and we had a discussion on this. Both Roach and Wolfie were pressuring me into watching the show for a bit, And after it was about mid-August when I started watching it. I watched the first 2 episodes, Friendship is Magic Part 1 and 2, on the 10th of August, and I didn't watch it again until I met someone named Little Looney on Twitter. So after I met Little Looney, him and our floofy Pinkie Pie here had me continue watching it, and I guess I just sort of got hooked from there on.
And I do have a lot of fond memories watching the show with you, Drizzle.
Thanks. It's been a nice ride. The rest of you all helped me watch the whole series, if I recall, during the months of September and October too. So I guess I have the rest of the Bronimaniacs to thank for that. I am the newest and newbiest in this chat.
So far.
So far,
Yeah, so far is right.
So far. No, but Drizzle, if I may add to that, I mean, when we tuned into your viewing of the episodes back in September, you know, you were like, "Oh, this is such a great episode." Wait, what? And you were just like, "What's happening?" And you're like, "Oh, who's this? And who's that character?" And you were just having such a good time, and that's what being a brony is about. Is just having fun with the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, right? I had a fun time.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll have to pass it to somebody.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna give it to Kanata.
Okay, I got into this fandom in June of 2012. One of my Skype friends at the time asked me if I heard of the show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Naturally, I said no, I haven't heard of it. He tells me that it's a good show and that I should watch it. At first I didn't understand. I was thinking, My Little Pony, seriously? That show's good. I didn't understand it. Like a lot of people, I'm sure at first they thought it was a show for little girls. Then he told me that people from the military watched it. Now when it comes to me, I'm a very curious person. When I hear something baffling, I like to go more. I would like to do some research into it and know, hey, why is this happening? Why is this a thing? Why are people from the military liking a show for little girls?
No joke at all.
What? What did Bato say?
I'm just saying how much I know you and how much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I watched the first 2 episodes, and to be honest, it was pretty generic. But it was Nightmare Moon it was like Nightmare Moon. That is what drew me in to watch more episodes. So I watched more episodes, and season 1 it didn't do too much for me. Although the season 1 finale was pretty good, it wasn't until like season 2 and season 3 that really got me hooked into the series.
I think that goes for most of us here.
Yeah. And that's how I basically got into the fandom. I will pass it off to Baltrust.
Okay, this story. Okay. So before I even go into how I got into, I'm just gonna tell a little quick story about how, and this person isn't really my friend anymore. Hell, they moved away, but someone who was my friend at the time. I'm just at her house one day, and she just randomly puts on My Little Pony. Now this is the 3rd generation because G4 didn't exist yet. So she's like, I want to see which one of you boys can handle the show the longest. Obviously, I did the worst. But so obviously, a few years later, I'm in the Boy Scouts troop. I'm not anymore. I'm too much of an asshole. But anyways, one time we were there, and this guy pulls up. He gets on his phone, he's like, hey, look at my girlfriend. And he just shows a picture of Rainbow Dash. Yeah, now, I had never seen that kind of animation from My Little Pony. First, I actually did not know what the hell it was. So I'm like, okay, what is this? And he's like, it's Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. Okay, why are we talking about My Little Pony? And then they're like pointing out like how many people in the troop are wearing brony shirts. I'm like, this is the new thing? Because I didn't know that we didn't really use the term meme back then. So, I'm just like, this is a thing. So, I was confused by it, and I thought it was completely stupid. So I get home, and then all of a sudden, because convenient timing is just what my computer loves to do. It starts putting MLP related stuff into my suggestions box back when YouTube actually had that, and I'm just like, why? Why is this a fucking thing? Oh, F-bomb. Well, anyways. So then, another few days goes by, and I see that there's a teens react to the intro. After watching it, I'm like, okay, if it's gotten this far, fine, I'm caved in, I'll see what this is about. So I wait till everyone, and my room was upstairs at the time, so I wait till everyone goes to sleep. I put my earbuds into my computer, which is something I never do, by the way, and I'm just watching the show, and I'm looking at this animation. I'm like, this is not the My Little Pony I remember. But so I watched all of episode 1, and call me weird, but I was surprised to see a villain because obviously G3 didn't have that. So
Fair enough.
I'm seeing Nightmare Moon, and I'm like, oh, this show has villains. Okay, cool. So anyway, I watched the entire episode, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm one of them. So I watched a little bit more of season 1. There's still like 3 episodes I need to see and a bunch from season 2. But anyway, so yeah, I got into the show from there. And if you're wondering about convention experiences, since Yoshi brought those up, my first time was BronyCon 2014. I was kind of shy back then, but still, I met up with some people who were my friends at the time who eventually all stabbed me in the back. But met the ice cold water guy because you cannot go to BronyCon and not do that. That's just a crime. But I also was happy to meet the very first Brony YouTuber I watched who kind of pulled me the rest of the way into the fandom, which was AC Race Best. What? It wasn't Josh or Silver? No. It was that goofball Racy Ace Best. And
That's another common answer for how people got into fandom, through AC Race Best and his Bronies React videos.
Yeah, first one I saw, because I joined the fandom literally the day before season 2 finale aired, Candlelight Wedding, which is why that still has a special attachment to me. So I'm watching the Bronies react, and I just remember my ass off at what the hell they were doing, especially Solrak. But yeah, ever since I've been going to conventions all over the place, gotten some inspiration from all sorts of YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually found out about the Bronalysis community from someone who I shall never name again. And so yeah, I got into all that, and so I eventually liked watching reviews from everybody, including our very own Sharpwit. And yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. So without further ado, who hasn't gone?
Let's see, we got Scapegoat and David.
Yeah, I'll pass it to David then.
Okay. My finding of
Real quick.
jumping
Then
into
check the Discord chat.
Yeah, I see it. Okay. When do you have to go? Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead of me, Looney? You can.
It looks like we have our mod pie after all. So you wanted to go before Venom then?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go before me. Alright, so go ahead, David.
Oh, all right. My finding of the fandom, very interesting for me. Now I'm pretty sure all of you know here that I'm a huge animation cartooning fan. So every year, I always look up new fall animated shows. And in the fall of 2009, I was looking up fall animated shows. And I came across the revival of My Little Pony, and it was The Friendship is Magic. And I was like, oh, that's neat, they're bringing back My Little Pony. And I was like, that's good to see, you know. So, somebody join us?
Yeah, I'll announce it in a bit. Just continue.
Oh, okay. So I was looking up the shows, and I was like, okay, you know, all these great shows. And when I came across My Little Pony, I was like, oh, interesting. It's been a while since the last generation of that show. So I didn't even pay attention to the show until at least the beginning of season 2, you know? Um, and that's when I came across the fandom, like the Brony fandom. And I started to watch the episodes, and I was just like, oh, okay, you know, interesting episodes. Thought nothing more. And then when I came across the Bronies, I was asking lots of questions. I was like, wait, these are male fans that watch colored ponies on the television screen. And the very first screen cap I came of the show was a picture of Twilight Sparkle. And I did not know that was Twilight. I was just like, oh, interesting drawing, you know. And then I went to bed and I woke up the next morning thinking, I'm going to look more into this Brony fandom and ask some questions like, what's a Brony? And, you know, and went on from there. And I met somebody on Facebook, and I don't remember the name now, but they said, yeah, you should really jump into the fandom if you're interested in the show, because we're a welcoming community. So I thought about it long and hard, and I said, okay, you know what, I'm in. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know how to approach the fandom. And somebody gave me advice that they said, just watch the show and, you know, talk about it. And people will notice you, and then you'll become friends, and you'll spread the message that the show endures. So I said, okay, it's that simple, I guess, you know. And then later on in the years, like coming up to where we are now, I've noticed the fandom just exploding. Like, it was just like 2012, 13, you know, it's just the fan artists, the musicians, everyone. I was like, this fandom is amazing. Like, I have not seen such talent and such, you know, people are just all over the place. Their drawings, their music, their animations that they do, the fan animations are absolutely outstanding, you know?
I think we can all agree on that.
Mhm.
Oh, definitely. So, you know, if it wasn't for me looking up the fall shows, I probably wouldn't even have found the connection. I'd probably just be in the background just saying, oh yeah, I'm a casual watcher. But no, I'm saying it. I'm a proud brony for since 2012. I've been a proud brony. Oh, and I went way, way back to the beginning of the show so I could catch up because I started to watch season 2. So I was like, oh wait, I should watch season 1 to make sense of the storyline. So I guess I'm going to have to say my favorite episodes that got me interested was the wedding episode.
A
The
Camelot
two-parter.
wedding.
Yeah, Canterlot Wedding. You know, that really got me hooked on the show. I was like, oh my god, you know, I don't even know who these characters are yet, but they're getting married, and I'm like, okay, I got to find out more about these characters, like just the main 6, you know. And this was like, of course, way before Starlight and way before Rara and, you know, all those characters, Cheese Sandwich, you know.
Mhm.
So that's basically how I came into the fandom, and I think I made an impact, you know, because ever since I joined up on Twitter, I've been trying to be a casual fan, and I don't know if I overstep my boundaries sometimes because I love My Little Pony, and I just love the show. I love the fans. I love you guys. So yeah,
What a compelling story, David.
thank you. So I guess Looney wants to go next.
If he wants to. If not, then he'll we'll pass off the scapegoat.
What say you, Moonhorse?
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go first.
Yep. I'll pass off to you, Scapegoat.
Oh, alright. My story's probably a bit different than the previous story said. My story of how I got into it was actually back in the year 2011.
Hmm.
I was just browsing around DeviantArt, and I found this particular funny picture. There was a pink pony that had curlers all in her hair and looked like she was going to fall asleep. And it's like, Coffee, you're the only one who understands me. I was like, who is this character and why does she want this coffee, or what was the fan artist thinking?
Oh.
So then I looked into the show and I saw through episode 1, and I saw these tapestry things as soon as the show starts. I'm like, this is kind of like something I've seen in Legend of Zelda or the animated Redwall show. They're telling it through all these tapestries, kind of like this is some kind of epic, not just an ordinary kind of story. So that's really interesting. And then I was going back to it, I said, I actually haven't seen this show in a while, ever since I saw My Little Ponytails at my grandmother's house.
Yay!
Way many, many years ago. I go, is it different than where they were like on the school bus brushing their teeth and all that?
I actually really like that show, by the way.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that My Little Ponytails, they had the roller skates and
Yeah.
the. Oh my God, it's so hard to see that.
Teddy is a very personal character. Kanata is saying that
Scapegoat coffee orange.
Hey, this is Scapegoat's coffee orange.
it is nice to know where your obsession with coffee came from.
They came from Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, that could be one thing.
Well, that's probably
That was the
because
first
Pinkie
fan
Pie-
art that inspired me into the show.
So in Bronimaniac logic, it's all Venom's fault.
Yeah, Venom, you got him in the coffee and Pinkie Pie.
And then I was like, is this... How are they going to do a bad guy in this? And I go, holy crap, she has the solar system in her freaking hair. I've never seen that before. I was like, she really intimidated me at first. To like, am I still in My Little Pony, or is this like Final Fantasy facing the dark bad guy? And then to add more to it, I go, these elements they're standing around, it's reminded me a lot of RPGs where they find like sacred crystals or something in the ground.
Yeah.
But then it was like, the crystal was always inside of me. I just had to believe. Oh, that's so cool. And then a kick-ass rainbow went down.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards on it, when I was talking on this anime website we used to go, I was like with Faith and stuff on that. And she didn't know what I was talking about first. I go, have you seen this show? These horses are fighting like evil monsters and all this shit. And then the people on the anime site are going, why are you talking about this show? Colorful horses saving it. Isn't that for girls? Or, you know, I didn't give any second thoughts to watching it because I grew up watching shows like Sailor Moon and things that were intended to girls in the first place.
Can I just say, it feels really weird to hear Scapegoat cussing.
I know, right? In regards to Kanata's comment in the chat here, that is what my friends saw, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is not a kid's show."
Yeah.
Somebody taped my music on top of it too, so that made it even better.
I mean, seeing Nightmare Moon for the first time, I was like, okay, this show has gotten pretty villainous. Like what a great character, Nightmare Moon. Sorry, Luna. Go ahead, Scapegoat.
Yeah, that's all I could pretty much think of to it, because I didn't really get into a lot of the analysis videos and things like a lot of you guys seem to have. But I started around season 1. Back like 7 years ago or something.
Oh my god, 7 years. Like, this is absolutely amazing. 7 years of this show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all I have.
Very compelling stories, Scapegoat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good story.
Yeah,
That's-
scapegoat. We learned two
Thanks.
things about you today.
Oh,
I'm kind of glad we did this. We're doing this podcast because we're learning a lot about each other now.
Mhm. And
Like, I don't-
if I'm correct, I think Little Looney wants to say his story.
Yeah, he mentioned that. So
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh.
Kanata,
Oh.
help! Ah!
Hey, what's going on?
hey, Looney, how you doing, buddy?
Still sick, but I'm gonna stay on my story anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, I used to be a member of another web community where we commonly talked about classic cartoons. I remember seeing a thread where everybody was talking about My Little Pony of all things, and at first I was confused by it. To me, My Little Pony had always been this toy line made just for little girls. I was like, why is everybody talking about this show all of a sudden? And I haven't really given it much thought about it for months after the fact until sometime shortly after season 4 ended. I randomly run across an episode and I checked it out just completely out of morbid curiosity. And at first I was like, why am I watching this? This is My Little Pony. I shouldn't be watching this.
I think there's a lot of us had that. Why are we watching the show?
Unfortunately, I didn't really know anything about the show's continuity at the time, so I watched whichever episodes the hub would play. So I watched them completely out of order at first. But I was officially won over as a fan when I saw The Return of Harmony, as that was the first episode that actually made me cry. Like, seeing the main section shows a helpless situation, just all being brainwashed by Discord.
Oh
Then we start
yeah.
caring for the characters.
Man.
It's after seeing that I realized that
Yeah.
I'm a brony. Actually, I came to the realization I'm a brony after seeing that one episode.
You know, and yeah, so
And I was very embarrassed about coming out as a brony at first because I thought everyone was going to make fun of me just for watching My Little Pony, but
did anybody
over
here?
time I just eventually came to embrace it.
Yeah, did anyone here get the welcome message? Welcome to the herd.
And here I am, 4 years later, now recording podcasts and drawing comics about it.
I somewhat did.
Something to add to my thing though is that when I was watching the first episode, because I was watching it on YouTube before YouTube's kind of bullshit got, and I'm hearing the intro and I'm just burying my face like, why am I doing this?
I was like, I hope my parents don't walk in when I'm watching colored ponies on the TV.
Alright,
My family knows now.
Oh yeah, my mom and dad know. You know, they're like,
Same here.
okay.
my
they're
parents
oh,
always
you know,
knew.
they're
Okay.
just watching My Little Pony. You know?
Okay, I think Looney is finished with his story, so let's...
Everybody said, Looney, your magical pills.
No,
I
okay.
sent them lots of cough syrup flavored coffee.
Mhm. Yeah, get well soon, Looney. So, with that being said, it's my turn. Alright, there is a reason why I wanted to go last on this, because my story of how I became a brony is very, very personal. Like, it started out fine, but then it got hit so hard emotionally that it kind of changed my life. So, anyways, I first got introduced to the show during my first day at college back in 2012. It was right around the time where season 3 started, and I remember going to my campus one day, and I see a group of guys my age. I was like 18 years old at the time, and I saw that they were wearing My Little Pony T-shirts. I don't remember the exact details, but I did remember one of them having a Rainbow Dash shirt. So, at first I kind of rolled my eyes. It's like, oh, okay, this kind of thing. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I wasn't not to the point where it's judgmental, but it was to the point where I was like, who cares? But my curiosity got the better of me, so after the next couple of days, I finally went up to these guys and I tried not to seem insulting, but I asked them, what's with the get up? Like, I saw you guys wearing like pony shirts and all that, and I was just wondering, what's the deal? And fortunately, they were very kind to me and told me about the show and how much they like it so much, and I at first I kind of dismissed it. I was like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be my thing, but whatever. You guys like what you guys want to like. But then also, again, my curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to watch the show on Netflix, and it was right when season 3 ended. And there was during a time when the Twilight Corn drama was at full peak. And I just couldn't hear the end of it during my time at college. I could not hear the end of it. So my curiosity got the better of me. So I decided to watch the show on Netflix. I saw the entire first season, and I was like, it's good, but not sure if I'll be greatly impacted by the show, like say Avatar: The Last Airbender or Gravity Falls did. But then the following week I took watch the big start of season 2. I saw Return of Harmony, and it almost got me hooked. Like, okay, I was like, okay. When they introduced Discord into this show, I was like, oh, okay, this guy's pretty cool. By the time Lesson 0 came, ooh, I actually saw that episode with a group of friends based off a dare, and I saw Lesson 0, and I was so freaking out because when Twilight was going completely insane, I was freaking out. I was so creeped out, and my friends just sit there laughing at my reactions. It was all good fun though. But I was still waiting for okay, where's the real kicker here? I mean, why is it the reason why people like this show? I mean, it's good and all, but I would call some people that are obsessed with it. I just don't get it. So I was kind of waiting for that emotional punch, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, then came a little episode called Sisterhood Social. And that episode changed my life. Because literally, right after during that moment when Rarity realized that how much she messed up as an older sister, when she saw the Sweetbells drawing, during that moment where Rarity was having that epiphany, I actually started to cry. Because, oh my gosh, Rarity, I feel you. I feel you. And I kid you not, when the episode was over, I turned off my computer and put my face down on my desk and started sobbing. I was really starting to cry. Not just because of how the episode touched me, but I came to realize that, oh my gosh, I'm such an awful brother. Yeah. It wasn't to the point of abuse or anything, but I do recall I kept shunning my little brother back then. I mean, we still got along just fine, but there are a lot of times when I keep shrugging him off. But that episode made me change that outlook, and ever since then, I slowly made amends with my little brother. I've mended my connection with him over a few months, and it was the first time that I admit to myself, okay, I'm a brony, pure and simple. Yeah, that's the reason why I get so touched by the show. That's the reason why Sisterhood Social is a very personal episode for me. Because it changed my life for the better. And ever since I became a brony, a lot of positive things happened to me. I became a lot more social. I made a lot more friends, including you guys. I mean, if it weren't for that day, I most likely probably wouldn't have never met you guys. And we wouldn't even be a thing today if it weren't for that day.
That's pretty amazing how a certain episode brings certain elements together.
Exactly.
You know, it's I
Go
love
on.
that feeling. It gives you a sense of, hey, you know, there's certain episodes that I watched sort of brought me to realization towards my family, like your in real life family, like your brother, for example.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It can also it can do other things too. Like
Oh, this show can do many things. Like it can,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
yeah.
yeah,
you know.
well, I actually have an example on this book because while everybody else hates Honest Apple, I actually like the episode for the sole reason that it shows just how much brutal honesty can be hurtful at times, and I believe that's something I struggle with, especially with the Bronimaniacs.
Well, that's actually very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand your perspective, Balto. I still hate the episode with a passion, but I still understood what the episode was trying to do.
Yeah. I can understand where you're coming from, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it. You can still appreciate an episode for what it does, even though you're not the biggest fan of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're not gonna say, oh, you know, we're not gonna shun you because you like the episode for what the message is trying to bring. You know, it's not what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we are a community that talks about these episodes, and you know, we bring them into full circle, and we say, okay, what did you like about the episode? You know, like we do in our regular podcasts.
Yeah. And also, on to my story, it also changed my outlook on fan-made creations as well. Because at first, you know, when it comes to fan creations as a whole, it wasn't to the point where I was dismissive about it, but I figured, okay, most of that stuff is gonna be just okay. I mean, I appreciate the creativity and all, but it's nothing really that special to me. But once I looked more into the Brony fandom, it changed my outlook on fan creations as a whole. I mean, like I love reading some of the fan fictions. I love watching a lot of the fan animations. I especially love seeing all the artwork and the drawings and such. But a lot
drawings
of
are particularly my favorite.
And
Drawings are fun to do.
And the music, oh my gosh, the music that they made, but the remixes of the songs for the show, their own fan-made songs and everything. It was just beautiful.
And can I add?
Let's be honest, though. Yeah. They were better back in the old Brony.
Yeah, but can I add something? Do you know that when a new episode airs, less than 24 hours, the fandom jumps onto the creative wagon, and boom, we see drawings and remixes less than 24 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's just amazing.
I can't believe it. I was just like, whoa, they just aired the episode yesterday and there's already remixes.
Oh, you think that's bad? You think that's bad? I once saw a remix getting random voice clips and making it sound like episode of the core long before season 4 even aired.
Yeah, because of the animatic.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just incredible. Just mind-blowing.
And speaking of which, I remember not the exact day that I became a brony, but I do remember the time period. It was literally just a few weeks before season 4 began. So it was after the first Equestria Girls movie came out, and it was just before season 4 began.
So around 2013?
Yeah, late 2013.
Late 2013. Okay.
It was sometime in October.
Ah, all right.
But yeah, so yeah, I do remember watching all of season 4 live on TV, and it was very special to me. And slowly, at first, I didn't want to admit that I liked the show, because I was actually kind of shy. I'm still kind of shy in real life, but at first I didn't want to admit that I liked the show, like a closet brony, if you would. But over a period of time, I slowly but surely became a lot more comfortable just admitting, hey, I like this TV show, and I don't care what anybody says or does to me. I'm still gonna watch it, and I'm still gonna love it.
Yeah, I was on the same boat with you, Venom. At first, I was scared to tell anybody I was a fan, but as time went on, I got more comfortable, opening up to others and telling people that, hey, I'm a fan of this show.
Same here.
I mean, it came to a point where my parents knew that I'm a fan of the show, and they just they don't really care.
So my family, they didn't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get it, and for all I know, they probably still don't get it. But they admitted that it's common for the previous generation to not understand the new one sometimes, and that they're completely okay with it.
Yeah, like a lot of the older people felt about Pokemon back in the day.
Oh God, yeah. I'm still hearing, ugh, you play Pokemon? That's for kids.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that argument. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the same argument as Call of Duty being played by kids too. It's for adults.
Here's the thing though, if I were playing Pokemon as a kid trying to do the puzzle, I would have gone through so many DSs because I had so serious game rage back then. Those ice puzzles are dicks.
I think only my moms know that I'm into the show, and even now, my mom came in twice in the middle of this, even though I told her please do not. Okay, I'm not really sure how comfortable I'd feel telling my dad. I'm sure if it's anything like my stepmom, I'll just let them figure it out on their own.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what happened to my parents. They eventually figured it out, and they just didn't care.
Or if David actually sent that Fluttershy plush, I'm sure they'll figure it out then.
Yeah, if your parents see you have a Fluttershy plushie on your bed or on your shelf, then be like, okay, what's with the pony on your shelf?
Odds are they're gonna think my sister's left it in the room. That couldn't be close enough to the answer that they're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, my Twilight Sparkle plushie is on my dresser, next to my Stitch. So it's like, oh, Twilight Sparkle and Stitch.
That's cute.
So that Stitch is like one of the greatest characters too. I love Stitch, so.
Mhm. That's basically my story on how I became a brony. I still remember to this very day, and it's still very special to me.
Aw, that's a good story, Van. That was really good.
Mhm.
So, anything else?
And before you ask, Yoshi, yes, some of Josh Scorcher's old reviews actually did help me a little bit too.
Yeah.
And like Yoshi, I was a fan of Josh before he started making pony videos. He was a contributor on making me a brony. Not the main contributor, but it was a start.
The funny thing was how I got into Josh Culture is I was looking up, trying to find, random My Little Pony Friendship is Magic overall series review when season 3 or season 4 hit. So I didn't have a lot of luck on it until I came across Josh Culture's original season 1 premiere review, and it was that video that got me a fan of Josh Culture that led to me looking up through other brony analysts like Dr. Wolf and Silverquill and Nellior and Finn the Pony and the Wilsonator and everyone else.
Yeah, life goes a long way. It's like a huge domino effect.
Actually, you want to know something that's actually kind of funny?
What?
A lot of people usually say that, Josh, Dr. Wolf, or Silverquill was usually the ones that got him into seeing the show, but believe it or not, I didn't become invested in the community as much until I actually saw my first Bronimaniacs review, and you're not going to believe who it was from.
Who was it?
It was Voice of Reason.
Yeah, Voice of Reason.
Yeah, the first review I ever saw was that review he made of Rainbow Falls.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Oh,
I swear, somewhere in the distance, I'm hearing him rage over somebody saying the title of that episode.
I actually don't mind Rainbow Falls in all honesty. It's not the best episode, but
Yeah, I think WishKit said it best. It's tainted.
yeah, so that's my story. So, yeah, we're finished with basically our backstories, pretty much. But I decided to put on a bit of a bonus. Actually,
Bonus, you say?
Actually, two.
Bonus.
Actually, two, because one just came recently. Okay, I want us to say what our favorite season and least favorite season from our recent memory, if we can remember.
Our favorite season and our least favorite season?
Yep.
But like before, we'll be taking turns. I'll go first just to set an example. Okay, even though I hold season 4 to the highest memory because it was the first season of MOP I saw live, my favorite season is actually season 5. Mainly because I found a lot of the most quality good episodes appear in that season. And I just like how it was structured. I loved a lot of the episodes in that season. And it was one of the most emotional of the seasons of MOP. My least favorite season is season 1. Not because it was bad, but because I thought while the other seasons are either pretty good to phenomenal, season 1 was just kind of eh. It was just okay. Good start, but not as impactful as future seasons, so to speak.
Well, isn't that the same with every show? The first season's usually the season that they're trying to just get their foot in the door, and they're just trying to find their footings and stuff, you know?
Yeah, but you would think that they'd start really strong to make sure they get that second season, because most shows, if they don't have good enough ratings, end up not making it.
That's true.
You know, it's actually really funny is the fact that a lot of the cartoons that came out in the 2010s actually started out that same way. I mean, Steven Universe, Regular Show, The Amazing World of Gumball, and even The Loud House are all examples of that, where the second seasons and beyond were a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So this MLP is no exception to this rule.
Nope.
Although the only one where I think that where the first season was phenomenal from the start probably be SpongeBob, but that's probably the only exception to the.
Yeah, SpongeBob doing its good days.
Yeah, Looney actually brings up a good point. If you've seen what he posted in the text.
Yes, yeah. He said that both shows are usually still experimenting in the first season, and yeah.
Yeah, so we're just trying to gain access to how the characters look and what they're going to be doing in the show and what the show is basically going to be about.
Exactly.
You know.
Let's see. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Favorite season is season 5. Least favorite is season 1. So, Scapegoat, I'll pass it to you.
I think I'll have to go with the same as you.
Oh, okay.
That season 5 felt the strongest and season 1 felt the weakest, but it's only because in retrospect, as you develop things along, they get stronger as they go.
Kanata, what about you?
For me, I'm gonna say season 2. That might be a little odd since they'll have since the latest seasons probably have better episodes. But with this season, it feels like this was the season that a lot of people will have the most personal episodes, whether it be Sisterhood Social or A Friend Indeed or Hurricane Fluttershy or the season 2 finale. there's always something in season 2 that that's gonna make that biggest impact on them personally, because that's where probably most of the personal episodes to some people is gonna stem from season 2. Not to mention the amount of good episodes that are from season 2, like The Return of Harmony, Rise of Zero, Winter Eclipse, Sisterhood Social, Heartwarming Eve, Read It and Weep, A Friend Indeed, among a few others. It's just an overall packed season.
Even though that season had some pretty big blunders, cough, Dragon Quest, cough.
Well, no season's perfect. I mean, you're gonna have your blunders just like every other season.
That's true.
No, that's a very good point. Every season will have their episodes or moments in the episodes where they'll be like, oh, blundered up a bit. This. Everybody says, oh, well, the story kind of went downhill from this point, but then it went back up at that point.
Yeah, I just think season 2 was the season that got a lot of people into MLP, and we'll probably have a lot of people will have the personal episodes in season 2. Season 2 just felt the most impactful season out of any season that has been around. There may have been better seasons when it comes to overall episodes, but season 2 will never be topped when it comes to how personal it is to some people and how big of an impact it left and how it paved the way for people to become MLP fans. As for my least favorite, I'm gonna go with season 1 only because it doesn't. For me personally, it does not hold up as well as all the other seasons. Season 3 may have been a little shorter, but I can still appreciate season 3 for what it is, even though it was a bit short. I would have liked to see more episodes, but the episodes we got in season 3 wasn't necessarily bad. I think season 3 took a little too much hate, personally.
Even though there are some episodes during that season that were really rushed, or seemed really rushed.
Well, yes. I mean, you can say that about any season that has episodes that are rushed.
That's true.
I mean, I think if season 3 was 26 episodes, people would not bat an eye or hate on season 3 at all. It feels like season 3 is only hated because it has 13 instead of 26, which I don't think is a good reason to hate on season 3 personally.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. Even though that's not the only reason people hate season 3, but I see your point.
Yeah, but it feels like that's the big reason for me personally. At least that's what I'm under the impression. I could be dead wrong. It's just that from my perspective and what I've seen and everything, it feels like season 3 is only hated because it's 13 episodes instead of 26, and I just don't think that's a good, valid reason to hate a season at all because of that.
Fair enough.
Alright, and that's all I have to say on my end.
Alright, Yoshi, what about you?
Oh, alright, in case you asked, well, seeing as how we're going by favorite and least favorites, favorite is sort of a freeway tie between 3 seasons.
Ooh.
4, 5, and 7.
Wow, good company.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of debating, when season 5 came into the picture, I wasn't really sure which was better. Season 5 didn't have as many memorable episodes as season 4 did, but then again, season 4 did have more kind of bad to meh episodes. I mean, see, that's kind of the thing, because I judge seasons by the quality of these episodes, whether they're good or not, so...
Same here.
So, because, season 4 for me had episodes that I didn't like, such as Some Pony to Watch Over Me or Rainbow Falls, being the 2 biggest ones that I didn't like.
You and me both.
I mean, I'll admit Treja is probably another bad episode, but to me, I kind of do think it's a lot better than Some Pony to Watch Over Me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, because the guy who wrote the episode, that was his second episode, and I said, well, it's not good, but it's a major improvement over his last episode.
It's kind of the same
so
thing.
I kind of have a soft spot.
It's kind of like how it felt between Honest Apple and To Change the Changeling, since they both came from the same writer, and it's the first and second episode of MLP.
But they didn't have Nick for Honest Apple.
Wait, what?
The guy, I don't know his last name. It's like Nick. His last name starts with a C.
Flone.
Yeah, that's the guy. I'm pretty sure he didn't write Honest Apple in season 7.
No. I meant the writer for those 2 episodes. Honest Apple and To Change the Changeling.
Kevin Lappin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then when it came to season 5, I mean, a lot of the worst episodes were more meh than bad. Yeah. I mean, Princess Spike was a bad episode, but honestly, it wasn't as bad compared to, like, some of the crap that I've seen before, like Spike at Your Service, or All's Well That Ends Well, or even the aforementioned Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Spike just can't catch a break.
No.
I mean, it had its good share of moments, and honestly, the episode did give Cadence a purpose, other than just being there in the background.
True.
Again. But yeah, if I had to do it, and then season 7, which, honestly, I've been going through the motions right now, which are good and best, because, a lot of people have been saying that season 7's been, like, very decisive at worst. Yeah, especially because I've been taking a look at the top 5's best and worst of each season, and yeah, a lot of people are divided on a lot of episodes. Alright, but if I had to pick out my least favorite, it's definitely season 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be honest here. I know what they were going for with season 3. They were trying to go for a bit of an arc, which is why there was only 13 episodes. But the problem I had with it was a lot of the episodes. There was only 4 episodes that really stood out amongst the 13 episodes that we got. Those were the the Crystal Empire, Too Many Pinkie Pies, Magic Duel, and Magical Mystery Cure. I will admit that Wonderful Academy was a good episode, but I didn't think it was as good as Sleepless in Ponyville.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean they were good, but they weren't as good as those 4. Yeah. And the other episodes we got, like Apple Family Reunion. Apple Family Reunion, One Bad Apple. And the aforementioned Spike at Your Service.
Don't forget just the sidekick.
Yeah, that's kind of why. I mean, I more or less describe season 3 as a weak season compared to like being a bad season overall. Because really, I mean, I'll admit season 1 did have its fair share of screw ups, but I saw a lot more good episodes than bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
So, David, your turn.
Okay. I guess my favorite season would have to be... I'm kind of on a crossroads between season 5 and 6.
Ooh. Okay.
So, yeah, I like how during season 5 they blended what happened at the end of season 5 into season 6, like really smoothly, like their storyline, like they ended season 5 and then at the beginning of season 6 it was like a good continuation. And that's what I liked about the 2 seasons. And overall, I mean, I like seasons that do that in shows, because it's like, where we left off last fall or whatever, we jump back into the adventure or to the, we don't leave on a cliffhanger. We just jump right back in where we left off. I absolutely love how shows do that, and My Little Pony is no exception.
Hmm.
So, but my least favorite season probably had to be, again, season 3, because of how short it was. Even though it did have, the highlighted episode that everybody had a lot of different opinions on was, Magical Mystery Cure.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of agree with Looney. It was kind of rushed, I like how he pointed out that we should have had a two-parter for that ending.
Even Emmy Lawson himself actually pointed that out too. That if it were up to him, that episode would definitely be a two-parter.
It should have been a two-parter because, like Looney said, the cutie marks got mixed up among the ponies, among the main 6, and Twilight Sparkle had to figure out a huge, calamity. Like she had to solve this. She had to figure out why her friends were acting so strangely and having different abilities, like Rarity having Rainbow Dash's weather patterns,
And they solved it through song.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, again, that brings up that musical aspect. Some people are like, oh, why do they have to have an episode that is so song-filled, I don't want to get much into that, but, it's like telling a story through song is a good way to do it,
I mean, look at Disney. They're pretty much experts at it.
Oh my God, Disney has done wonderful songs through story. So, I mean, it's pretty hard to figure out why they cut season 3 to be so short. It could have been many reasons. Maybe they were just out of time or out of funds, maybe, or out of just. They had to bring back season 4 to be 26 episodes. I'm not honestly sure why they had 13 episodes.
It makes it more baffling considering that season 3 was originally supposed to be the series finale.
Yep.
Yeah, I read about that. I was like, wait, that's it? Twilight Sparkle got her wings and we're ending it there? And then I was like, oh, okay. So I was actually gonna give the show its farewell, and all of a sudden, like, oh, never mind. I just got the announcement for season 4. Never mind. I was like, and now we're here coming up to season 8 of this spectacular show, and 7 seasons, you guys, of these great adventures with our favorite characters. Like, I just, mine is blown.
Yeah, that is no easy feat.
No, they're not easy, especially for a show like this. Like, how much episodes can you tell with these characters? Apparently, quite a lot. So yeah, that's my.
Alright. Wish Kit?
What?
It's your turn.
What's going on? I zoned out again.
Favorite season and least favorite season.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say I can't really give an opinion on this due to the fact that I haven't seen season 6 and 7.
Oh.
Because I haven't had access to them, so I don't think I could give a proper opinion on it.
Based on what you've seen so far, seasons 1 to 5, based on what you've seen so far, what is your favorite so far?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Just to keep it simple. Just to keep it simple, my favorite season was 4, and my least favorite season was 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
You dare say that?
Oh my!
I'll fight you.
Okay. Challenge successfully attack the kitty.
That is interesting, Wishkit. That is interesting.
That's interesting that you said season 2. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My cold has
You're fine.
reawoken again, so I'm trying to keep.
So, you got anything else, Wish Kit?
Not really. Unless you want to listen to me cough down the microphone for another 10 minutes.
Aww.
No, we don't want that.
Alright. Drizzle?
Oh. Okay, well, the gamer in me says season 4, and I also like season 5. So I'll do tying those two for first as my favorites, and season 1 is my least favorite. I still have I have very unthrilled memories of watching the episodes in my car outside of work with Looney on the phone.
I think
That's so boring. God, I swear, I had to sit through some of these episodes in my car, and that's terrible. It's hot outside, and all that. And even then, they were some of them really dull too. So it made it even worse.
Hey
I
Drizzle,
often found myself listening to the air conditioning on something more than actually paying attention to the episode.
Drizzle, weren't you watching some of the promos too in your car?
No, when I first started watching after meeting Looney again, I was in my car watching.
Oh, okay.
Yes, outside of McDonald's.
I remember that too. You remember saying that, yeah.
Ah, okay.
When I hit season 2, that's when I started doing calls with you all to watch the rest of the episodes.
That's right. I remember that because
What did you do for season 1? Why didn't you
I don't know.
to do
Were
calls
you even?
when you first did it?
I don't think he did season 1 with us. I think he.
No, season 1 I did with Looney and only.
Yeah, and then he jumped into the calls and he watched the rest of the show in the calls.
I wasn't even in the server at the time. I didn't even know there was.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I remember that too. You weren't really in the server back then.
Yeah.
No, I think Venom, you and I were discussing some of the episodes I was watching, but I don't think Venom ever really was with me.
I did a few of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. 4 and 5 favorite, 1 least favorite. Who's next?
That would be Balto. Yep.
Okay. So, season 2 definitely means a lot to me. It was when I first joined the fandom. However, if I had to pick a favorite season, it would probably be season 4 in terms of good episodes. Because, I remember when I was watching season 4 on live TV, that's just the one I had the most fun watching. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the other seasons are boring. Well, depending on which one it is. But season 4, I just remember having the most fun. I had the most enjoyable episodes. Yes, season 4 definitely had its stumbles. Somebody to watch over me, but...
Yeah.
But then again, like whoever said it, no season's perfect. So
That's true.
Yeah. No season can be perfect. We just have to roll with it. And
I remember, and you can even look at my reaction on YouTube for my season 4 reactions. Which, by the way, the numbering system I chose for that is very awful. Do not ever try to use that. But anyway, the finale will be easy to find though. And you can just see me sitting there speechless during that T-Rex battle.
Oh my! I think that speaks for all of us.
I'm just sitting there like when Twilight first shot that beam, I'm like, wait.
Holy! Oh my God! I was like, yeah, you made Twilight Sparkle mad.
And then I was just speechless until Twilight just slammed T-Rex into the ground. I'm just like,
God, I have never.
What did this shit just turn into?
I know. I have not seen Twilight Sparkle in a worse mood than after her tree got blown up.
Well, wouldn't you be if you were in her hooves?
Yeah, I'd probably be pretty mad.
Now, for least favorite season, yes, I can admit season 1 was bland. Season 5 had its bland times. The first half of season 7 was just straight garbage. But if I had to pick a worst season 3, and no, it's not because of its length. The reason I don't like season 3 is because, and I forget who said it, but there's just not a lot of good episodes in it. There's maybe 1 or 2 that I can say that are actually preferable episodes in season 3, in my opinion. Those 2 being Babseed and Keep Calm and Flutter On.
Where you coming from with that, Balto?
Yep, same.
So, yeah. Season 3 just sucks. And also, before I pass it on, I actually have a bit of a sad announcement.
What?
I've been doing my MLP reaction. For anyone who pays attention to my channel, which I know it's nobody, I've been doing MLP reactions since season 4. And I've done it all the way through season 7, and I've even done the Equestria Girl stuff. However, due to the issue with my camera, I'm sorry to say, MLP Season 8 reactions are officially cancelled.
Ah.
Unless I can somehow fix it with... Now, this isn't the end of my reaction series forever. Like, I prefer to watch episodes when they air.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I was able to do that live because when the commercials came on, I could pause my camera. However, my phone does not have that on. So it's going to. If I were to do it, I would have to do it in multiple parts, and that would be so tedious, especially on an iPhone. So I do, but I'm not going to attempt that. The wire's not very. That would not work. So now, like I said, now, for instance, if I have to miss an episode, like I might actually have to miss the premiere. Then, if I have to miss an episode where I can just fast forward through the commercials, then I may do a reaction to that episode on my phone. But as a whole, it won't really be an MLP Season 8 reaction series due to my camera issue. And this could also mean the cancellation of the vlog. So yeah, my channel is definitely taking a big hit from this. But
yeah, that sucks, dude.
Anyway, now that that's said and done, whoever's after me.
Looney, do you want to say your favorite season, least favorite? Or do you want to pass on that?
Well, he's typing something in right now.
Yeah, I know. That I do know. Awkward silence.
I was muted, but I said we never got our sunset.
Beep boop beep.
Okay, he said his favorite is a tie between seasons 4 and 5, and his least favorite is season 1.
Jeez, a lot of people seem to have it out for season.
Yeah, I can understand.
Well, season 1 was not meant. I don't think it was meant for like adult men. It's like at first season 1 started, it was like a season for little girls. The episode quality compared to now wasn't going to be as great. It just wasn't a season that provided a lot of really good moments as compared to say season 2. It was like season 1 was just okay. This is the first attempt. A lot of the episodes are going to feel like episodes for little girls, not for like fans like us, even though we can appreciate some episodes from season 1. The quality is just not as good as later seasons, in my opinion. That's why I think a lot of people are saying season 1 is their least favorite.
Understandable. Yeah, if you kindly pay attention to the stream itself, WishKit actually made something for us to celebrate the 1-year anniversary.
But, look at the kitty!
But for those who can't see it, due to several reasons that are in the call, I'll post it in the pics chat.
Aw, it's cute.
Aw, look at the kitty at the bottom.
Yep, here it is.
Oh,
I get to ride on the top.
Oh wow, look,
Kitty
that's
Woody.
amazing.
It's much adorableness.
Wow.
that is so cute. I'm saving that.
Yeah. Very special thank you to WishKit for making this artwork for us.
Yeah, thank you,
Cute
WishKit.
picture.
Thank you, WishKit.
Thank you.
And with that, that is pretty much it for this one. I again thank you all so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun discussing our personal experiences with MLP, and most of all, thank you all so much for tuning in on us for a full year. We honestly couldn't have done this without you guys.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Yeah.
and he's hoping for more episodes, more insanity down the road,
and more pancakes,
and more people,
and more crazy,
and more cats.
And we need rarity.
More feather bangs. I'll see myself out.
And less weeks.
We already have.
What's that for Breeze? What's that for Breeze?
No.
What was that for, please?
Zephyr did nothing wrong.
To infinity and beyond.
Get out, scapegoat. Get out.
I'm just joshing.
Anyways.
Wait, so wait, does that mean you're a scorcher?
Not that type of joshing.
Dang.
Ow.
I saw that coming. But anyways, yeah. Once again, thank you all so much for making the Bronimaniacs what we are today. And like I said, we couldn't have done this without you guys. Thank you for supporting us for a full year. We had a lot of fun with you guys, and here's something for more fun down the road. So yeah, tune in next time where we start covering episodes once again. And it's gonna be, and the next episode is quite a doozy.
You can say
Is it the
that
one where the
again.
logo falls off the show? The logo falls
Wait,
off.
when you mean by doozy, do you mean that in a good way or a bad way?
Depends on how you
Alright.
depends how you feel about the episode.
Yeah, because it could go a lot of ways, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I must announce it now since a lot of people on my server already know it. But the next episode we'll be covering will be Feeling Peaky Keen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So yeah, be sure to tune into that. So until then, I'll see you all next time around. Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Happy anniversary.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
May the flute be with you.